Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic, why Europe has high rates of sclerosis and Alzheimer's. These debilitating conditions affect millions across the continent, leaving scientists puzzled for years. But now researchers are uncovering clues hidden within our very DNA, specifically ancient DNA. That's right, the genetic code of our ancestors might hold the key to understanding these modern-day health challenges. Could our distant past be the reason behind these present-day health issues? Are these diseases a consequence of adaptations made thousands of years ago? We'll delve into the fascinating world of ancient DNA and explore how it's shedding light on this European health puzzle. Imagine peering into a window that takes you back thousands of years, allowing you to study the very building blocks of our ancestors. That's the power of ancient DNA. Researchers have compiled the world's largest ancient human gene bank, a collection of genetic data extracted from the bones and teeth of nearly 5,000 individuals. By comparing their DNA to modern samples, scientists can track the movement of genes and diseases over time. Join us as we explore the groundbreaking findings from this research and learn how ancient DNA is rewriting our understanding of modern diseases. Imagine a library filled not with books, but with the genetic blueprints of our ancestors. This remarkable resource holds the genetic secrets of nearly 5,000 individuals who lived across Europe and Asia up to 34,000 years ago. The preservation power of bones and teeth has allowed researchers to extract and analyze this ancient DNA. This gene bank isn't just about collecting data, it's about understanding the intricate tapestry of human history. It's about piecing together the movements of ancient populations, their interactions, and the genetic legacy they left behind. As researchers fit these pieces together, a clearer picture of our genetic past emerges, revealing the deep connections between our ancestors and ourselves. Throughout history, populations have migrated vast distances, driven by climate change, conflict, and the pursuit of new opportunities. These migrations have left an indelible mark on our genes, shaping the genetic diversity we see in modern populations. By comparing the genetic makeup of individuals from different time periods and geographical locations, researchers can identify patterns of movement and interaction. For example, genes associated with lactose tolerance emerged in Europe around 6,000 years ago, coinciding with the arrival of farming practices from the Near East. This shift in dietary genes reflects the transition from a hunter-gatherer lifestyle to agriculture, highlighting how cultural practices can impact our genetic makeup. Having this vast database of ancient DNA is remarkable, but its true power lies in comparison. By comparing these ancient genomes to modern DNA samples, researchers can pinpoint when and where specific genetic variants arose, providing crucial insights into the origins of diseases. One of the most striking discoveries involves multiple sclerosis, a debilitating autoimmune disease that affects the central nervous system. The study found that genes significantly increasing the risk of MS were introduced to northwestern Europe around 5,000 years ago, coinciding with the migration of sheep and cattle herders from the east. This finding suggests that the genes that make individuals susceptible to MS today might have actually been beneficial in the past, potentially providing protection against infectious diseases carried by livestock. By analyzing ancient DNA, researchers can begin to untangle these complex interactions between genes, environment, and disease. We've talked about the incredible resource that is this ancient DNA bank. By comparing the ancient DNA with modern samples from the UK Biobank, which holds genetic data from 400,000 individuals, researchers have been able to track the movement of genes across Europe over thousands of years. This composition isn't uniform, it reveals fascinating regional differences. For instance, people in northwestern Europe share more genetic similarities with ancient populations who migrated from the east, while those in southern Europe have retained more genetic links to their hunter-gatherer ancestors. These genetic variations have real implications for our understanding of disease prevalence. Ancient migrations and genetic intermingling have left their mark on modern populations, influencing susceptibility to conditions like MS and Alzheimer's. This genetic mosaic reveals a fascinating divide between Northern and Southern Europe. Northwestern Europeans carry a higher genetic risk for multiple sclerosis, while those in the East have an increased risk of developing Alzheimer's disease and type 2 diabetes. The Yamanya people, nomadic herders who migrated from the Pontic steppe, brought specific genes associated with an increased risk of MS to Northwestern Europe. On the other hand, Eastern Europeans, while showing lower genetic links to the Yamnaya, seem to carry a higher genetic predisposition to Alzheimer's and type 2 diabetes, possibly inherited from their hunter-gatherer ancestors. This north-south divide highlights the importance of understanding the genetic history of different populations and emphasizes that tailored interventions based on genetic ancestry could be crucial in tackling these complex diseases. The discovery that genes associated with MS risk were introduced to northwestern Europe by migrating herders is significant. It suggests that these genes might have offered a survival advantage in the past, possibly by boosting the immune system's response to infections carried by livestock. The hygiene hypothesis posits that our immune systems, trained over millennia to combat infections, might be overreacting in today's cleaner environments, leading to autoimmune disorders like MS. The genes brought by the Yamnaya, while beneficial in the past, might have become risk factors in our modern world. This finding opens up intriguing avenues for MS research, such as understanding the precise mechanisms by which these genes enhanced immunity in the past to develop new treatments. The research suggests that Eastern Europeans carry a higher genetic risk for Alzheimer's, potentially linked to their hunter-gatherer ancestry. Could certain genes that were advantageous for our hunter-gatherer ancestors have become risk factors for Alzheimer's in our modern environment? It's a question that researchers are actively investigating. One theory is that genes promoting inflammation, while beneficial in fighting off infections in the past, might contribute to chronic inflammation in the brain, a known factor in Alzheimer's development. While we can't change our genetic makeup, understanding these ancient links could lead to targeted interventions, such as lifestyle modifications or even gene therapies that could mitigate the risk or delay the onset of Alzheimer's. It underscores the importance of taking a holistic approach to health, recognizing that our evolutionary journey continues to influence our susceptibility to diseases. It might seem counterintuitive, but some genes that increase the risk of diseases today might have actually been beneficial to our ancestors. In the relentless game of survival of the fittest, certain genes provided an edge, allowing our ancestors to thrive in their environments. These genes, passed down through generations, remain a part of our genetic heritage, even if their benefits are no longer as apparent in our modern world. Take, for instance, the genes associated with an increased risk of MS. Researchers believe that these genes, carried by the Yamnaya people, might have enhanced their immune response to infections, crucial for survival in a time when diseases ran rampant. This understanding provides a new lens through which to view diseases like MS, highlighting the potential of harnessing our evolutionary past to address modern-day health challenges. Imagine those early farmers and herders living in close proximity to their livestock. While this lifestyle brought numerous benefits, it also exposed them to a new world of pathogens, infectious agents carried by their animals. Their immune systems, under constant assault, had to adapt. Those who possessed genes that boosted their immune response were more likely to survive these encounters and pass on their genes to future generations. Fast forward to the present day, and these same genes, once protective, might be contributing to the development of MS. This realization has profound implications for MS research, such as manipulating the immune response to recalibrate the immune system and alleviate MS symptoms. Just as the genes linked to MS might have their roots in the transition to agriculture, the genetic predisposition to Alzheimer's disease could be traced back to our hunter-gatherer past. Survival depended on a keen intellect, sharp memory, and the ability to learn and adapt quickly to changing environments. It's plausible that genes promoting cognitive function and memory formation were highly advantageous in such settings, allowing individuals to remember food sources, track prey, and navigate their surroundings effectively. Fast forward to the present, and these same genes might be playing a role in the development of Alzheimer's. While we can't turn back the clock on evolution, understanding these ancient adaptations can guide us towards more effective prevention and treatment strategies for Alzheimer's and other diseases. The Yamanya influence a genetic legacy in northwestern Europe. Thousands of years ago, the Yamanya people roamed the Pontic steppe, a vast grassland in present-day Ukraine, southwest Russia, and western Kazakhstan. These nomadic herders left an indelible mark on Europe's genetic landscape. Around 5,000 years ago, they migrated westward, bringing their culture, livestock, and genes. This migration reshaped Europe's genetic makeup, especially in northwestern Europe. The Yamnaya introduced genetic diversity, leaving a lasting legacy. This genetic influx had profound implications for subsequent generations. The hunter-gatherer imprint echoes in Eastern Europe. While the Yamnaya left a significant genetic imprint on northwestern Europe, the story in Eastern Europe is subtly different. Here, the genetic echoes of ancient hunter-gatherers resonate more strongly. These hunter-gatherers lived in close harmony with nature. Their lifestyle demanded unique skills and adaptations. Sharp memory and quick thinking were crucial for survival. Genes promoting cognitive function provided an advantage. Today, these genes might play a role in Alzheimer's disease. Genes' effects are influenced by time, environment, and lifestyle. What was once beneficial can become a liability in a different context. Decoding the past, shaping the future. The study of ancient DNA is a journey of self-discovery, understanding the forces that shaped us. By peering into our ancestors' genetic mirror, we appreciate human history's impact. This research reveals links between ancient migrations, genes, and diseases. The vast data in the ancient human gene bank holds more secrets. As technology advances, expect more groundbreaking discoveries. These discoveries will illuminate our past and empower health decisions. The echoes of ancient adaptations. As we've journeyed through the fascinating world of ancient DNA, one resounding message emerges. Our past is not some distant, irrelevant tale. It's woven into the very fabric of our beings, influencing our health, our traits, and our susceptibility to diseases like sclerosis and Alzheimer's. The migrations of ancient peoples, like the Yamnaya herders, have left an indelible mark on the genetic landscape of Europe, shaping the patterns of disease prevalence we see today. Think of it this way. Our genes are like echoes of ancient adaptations, whispers of strategies that helped our ancestors survive and thrive in their environments. Those genes associated with MS, perhaps protective against infections in the past, might now be contributing to autoimmune issues. Similarly, the genes linked to Alzheimer's, potentially advantageous for hunter-gatherers, might now be playing a role in cognitive decline in our modern world. The environments we live in have changed drastically, but our genes still carry the echoes of those ancient adaptations, for better or for worse. This realization, far from fatalistic, is empowering. It reminds us that we are not simply at the mercy of our genes. By understanding our evolutionary past, we can make informed choices to mitigate risks and improve our health. A new era of genetic understanding. This journey into the world of ancient DNA marks not an end, but a beginning. It's the dawn of a new era in medicine, one where understanding our genetic history is key to unlocking a healthier future. The world's largest ancient human gene bank, with its treasure trove of genetic information, is a testament to the power of scientific exploration. As technology advances and our understanding of genetics deepens, we can expect even more groundbreaking discoveries. Imagine a future where personalized medicine, tailored to our unique genetic makeup and ancestral history, becomes the norm. Imagine a world where we can identify those at increased risk for certain diseases and intervene early, potentially preventing or delaying the onset of debilitating conditions. The study of ancient DNA is not just about unraveling the mysteries of the past, it's about shaping a healthier future for generations to come. By embracing this knowledge, we can become active participants in our own health, making informed choices that honor our genetic heritage while striving for a future where diseases like sclerosis and Alzheimer's no longer hold such a powerful grip. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey.